Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Can I request Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope that everyone is well. We'll start our class with the starting prayer. Can I request the ST to give me an ID?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. So A7326.
Okay, A7326. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Walaikum salam.
Can you recite the starting prayer?
A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim.
Okay, Jazakumullah. And the English translation?
Our Lord, accept this from us, for you are all hearing, all knowing.
Jazakumullah. So today is the last day of our first week of the class. And first of all, Jazakumullah to all those who have arrived on time and with the correct IDs. And I just want to make an announcement that starting from next week, we are going to be very strict towards those who enter with incorrect ID. So we will enter you to the class, but after 10 minutes, if you still haven't corrected your ID, we will have to remove you from the class because we don't know who you are and we can't record your attendance. We have no way of recording your attendance. And also, if you don't know, this is for the parents, if you don't know how to log in with correct ID, feel free to email the NQC team at info@nqc.org.uk. And inshallah, we'll be able to help you. So first of all, this is the PDF on how to sign in correctly. So look for this information bar somewhere on your screen. It should be at the top or bottom. And then look for yourself. It should say me next to your ID or your name, whichever you have entered with. The correct ID will appear as an A or N, followed by 4 numbers. However, if you have entered with incorrect ID, it will either appear as your device name or your personal name. And if you are incorrectly signed in, log out and log back in with correct ID. And yeah, as I have already mentioned, starting from next week, we won't be accepting wrong IDs. So, Jazakumullah, you can contact us at info@nqc.org.uk. Now, I would like to request the TA to go through the class etiquettes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
The class etiquettes before lesson: perform wudu, ablution, and cover head. If you are a girl, then with a scarf, and if you are a boy, with a hat on or a topi. Revise your lesson. Sit with adult in quiet room. Turn your audio off and turn your video off as well. Log in with correct ID during lesson.
Yeah. During the lesson, make sure that you listen attentively to the class and make sure that you recite verses alongside the teacher or the students, and do not raise your hands unnecessarily unless the teacher requests you. After the lesson, make sure that you revise the lesson and complete your assigned homework. Lastly, these classes are just an additional support, so make sure that you recite Holy Quran daily with your parents. Jazakumullah. Today, as most of you would know, yesterday we completed our second surah, Surah Al-Ala. So today we won't be teaching anything. we will just be listening to the students for both Surah Al-Fatiha and Surah Al-Ala. So can I request, I would first of all like to ask the students to lower your hands because I'm going to ask you a question. Yeah, so please don't raise your hand because I want to ask a question and I will ask you to raise your hand and it will cause confusion for us. So only raise your hands. I want to request all those students to raise hands who have memorized both Surah Al-Ala and Surah Al-Fatiha. So if you have memorized both Surah Al-Ala and Surah Al-Fatiha, please raise your hands. Okay, I can see quite a few IDs who have raised your hands. So this is just for us to keep a hifz record, and we can use this to listen to your hifz. Okay, so as some of you might know that we have also started making breakout rooms where another teacher will listen to the students. So I will quickly do that. Okay. Now can I request the ST to give me an ID from whom I can start listening?
Okay. N8306.
N8306. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You have memorized Surah Al-Fatiha completely, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and what about Surah Al-Ala?
I haven't did Surah Al-Ala.
Not even a few verses?
No.
Okay.
Okay, can I give you another ID?
Yeah.
Okay, it's A7330.
A7330. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Don't think he is in the class. Try this one.
Okay.
Okay, just hold on a second. Try this one.
I will start listening to A7333.
Okay.
And yeah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. A7333.
Welcome, Islam.
How are you today?
Right, okay.
Okay. Have you memorized Surah Al-Ala?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to listen to your Surah Al-Ala. You can start whenever you are ready. Start with Tawus.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أحرق المرأة
أخرج المرء
المرأة فجعله رشاء أهوى
غثاء
أهوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى Allahu.
Allah. You have to pause on Allah, right? And the lam is going to be thick.
Allah.
Yeah.
Innahu ya'lamul jahra wa ma yakhfa wa nuyassiruka lil yusra fazakir inna fa'atil zikra sayazakaru man yahsha wa yabtajannabuha fahal ashqa
Okay. ASAN 330. You have memorized the surah, right?
here.
Okay. So if I ask you to read from somewhere in the middle, would you be able to? So, like if I ask you to recite the last verse, starting from Suhufi. If you can't, that's absolutely fine, because this is just the first time. But this is just to let you know that when you are going to be assessed by an external examiner, they are going to ask you to recite from the middle. Okay? A7330, is that all right? Do you understand? Just say no if you don't understand. But mashallah, you have memorized really well the verses that I listened to. I think I listened all the way up to Ashqa, which was verse 12. Is that right? I'm not sure why A73.
He's not here. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Can we have another student?
Yes, we can have another ID. It's A7334. Sorry. A7338. And he is going to recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
Okay. A7338. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam.
Okay. You have memorized Surah Al-Fatiha, so I'll be listening to that. You can start whenever you're ready and start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah. Jazakumullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم
Nasirat Mustaqim. So also be mindful of the correct pronunciation, okay? Jazakumullah. Continue.
صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين
غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Remember, it's going to be thick. Zad, let me go to the surah. Yeah, so as you can see here, you have to make a thick sound when pronouncing this letter. Okay. Except for your pronunciation with respect to your memorization, it was really good. Well done. Mashallah. And have you also memorized Surah Al-Ala?
First three verses, I think.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. You can also please recite them, starting with Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sabbi isma rabbikal a'la.
Kal A'la,
A'la. Alladhi khalaqa fasawwa.
Khalaqa. Qaf is going to be thick.
Khalaqa fasawwa. Walladhi qaddara fahada.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Your memorization is really good. Just keep working on your pronunciation, okay?
Okay.
Jazakumullah. Can we have another student?
Yes, we can have a next ID, N8334.
N8334. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
And she's going to recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
Okay. You have memorized Surah Al-Fatiha completely.
Yes.
So you can start reciting whenever you are ready.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
Nasirat.
الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين.
Jazakumullah. Your memorization was really good, mashallah. But as I mentioned to the other student, don't forget about the pronunciation. You have to memorize, but it's very important to memorize with the correct pronunciation. So again, maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Okay. Don't keep revising the correct rules as well for thick letters.
Okay.
And have you also memorized Surah Al-Ala?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Jazakumullah. Can we have a student?
Yes, sure. N8348.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
And she's going to
You have-
recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
Okay. You can start reciting, starting from Tawbas.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين.
Jazakumullah. So, mashallah, again, your memorization was really good as well. You have memorized the complete surah. I'll just point out a few mistakes. So, as you can see here in verse 5, it's iyaka, but you pronounced it as iyaka, almost as if there was a hamza. but there isn't, right? So it won't be iyaka, it will be iyaka. And similarly, here, iyaka. Okay?
Okay.
Jazakumullah. Have you memorized Surah Al-Ala? A few verses?
Only up to verse 3.
Okay. You can start with Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sabbihisma rabbikal a'la. Allazi khalaqa fasawwa. Wallazi qaddara fahada.
Okay. Jazakumullah. Again, your memorization is really good. But don't forget about the pronunciation. So, Sabbihisma. Okay? This ha is different from the one, let's say this one. Okay? There's a difference between the sound of this one and this one. Sabbihisma, coming from the throat, and fahada, soft sound. Okay?
Okay.
And again, khalaqa, kha, coming from the throat. Okay? So Jazakumullah, and keep on memorizing the next verses. Okay? Well done. Jazakumullah. Can we have another student?
Yes, we can have next ID A7340.
A7340. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
He is going to recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
Okay. You can start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Start with Tawuz.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Jazakumullah. MashaAllah, your memorization as well as pronunciation and beautification, all of them were really, really good. So just let me see. Can you say this once again, starting from Ihdina?
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
Okay, Jazakumullah. So this letter, it won't be Ihdina se, because there is a difference between this seen and this sod, right? So it will be Ihdina siratal mustaqim, right? And this one, nasta'in. So seen is soft sound, but sod, it's almost a little bit thick and round sound. When you round your lips, Ihdina sirat. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, Jazakumullah. Have you also memorized Surah Al-Ala?
No.
Not even a few verses?
No.
Okay, that's fine. But remember that we'll be in future memorizing and teaching more surahs. So you don't want everything to build up. Keep memorizing alongside. Okay, Jazakumullah. Can we have another student?
Yes, the next one is going to be A734041, and he's going to recite Surat Al-Ala, and I think he's memorized till verse 6.
Okay, Jazakumullah. A7341.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So I believe that previously you have memorized and recited up to verse 5 of
Yes,
Surah Ala. Have you memorized any further?
I've done two more.
2 more?
Yes.
Okay. So if I ask you to recite from verse 5 onwards, can you do that? Starting with doubles.
Yes.
Okay, Jazakumullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وجعله من أهوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه ينفع
Yakhfa. Okay, A7341. Your voice was very unclear. It kept going low and high, but I kind of heard it, so I'm going to point out a few mistakes. So you started from verse 6, which is faja'alahu, right?
Yes.
So first of all, in verse 8, you said illa ma Allahu, but you know that we should pause here, right? And if we pause here, it won't be Allahu, it will be Allah. That's the rule of pause, right? Correct way to pause. And this Allah, because the previous letter has a fatha stroke, it will be thick. It can't be pronounced as Allah. It will be Allah, thick lam. Okay? Jazakumullah. And I'm not sure, but I because I couldn't hear properly, but I think the last word, yakhfa, you said a different word here. So that's I corrected you on the spot. Okay, Jazakumullah. Keep memorizing the next verses. Okay. Can we have the next student?
Yes, we can have next N8338. And
Okay.
she's going to recite Surah Al-Ala.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. N8338. So have you memorized Surah Al-Ala?
No.
Not even a few verses? First few verses? Okay. Okay, but try to keep up, okay? Otherwise, it's going to be hard on you later on. So that's fine. Jazakumullah. Can we have another student?
N8336.
Okay. N8336. Assalamu alaikum. N8336. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Can I give you another ID?
Yeah, Jazakallah.
We're going to have A7342, and he's going to recite Surah Al-Ala.
A7342. Assalamu alaikum. A7342. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So have you memorized Surah Al-Ala? A few verses?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. MashaAllah. How many verses have you memorized so far?
Around 7, 8.
Okay, that's very good. You can start reciting with Tabus.
من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما ينفى
Yakhfa, not yanfa, yakhfa. Okay, is that it? Okay, Jazakumullah. Mashallah, your memorization was really good. Well done. Keep on memorizing the next few verses. There were a few mistakes. So, for example, the last word of verse 8, I think you said yanfa. It's not noon, it's kha. So, yakhfa. Okay? And again, as I mentioned to the previous student, this Allah is going to be thick. So Allah, and I think you're reading too fast. Your breath finished somewhere after illa, if I'm not wrong. So there is no need to rush. We can always take a break after every verse and take a deep breath and then start again. Okay? Jazakallah, mashallah again. You have memorized really well and your pronunciation is really good as well. Jazakumullah. Can we have the next student?
Yes, we can have N8330.
Okay, and 8330, Assalamu alaikum. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So have you memorized previous?
Yes. She is going to recite Surat Al-Ala.
Okay. Surah Al-Ala. Before I listen to the student, can I have 2 IDs to send to the breakout room?
A7345.
Okay.
And the next one is A7347.
Okay, A7345 and A7347. Okay, Jazakumullah. And 8330, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Previously, I can see on our record that you have already memorized up to verse 3 of Surah Al-Ala.
Yeah.
And have you memorized any more verses after that?
I did 15 and 16 for this week.
Have you memorized verse 4 and verse 5? You can see on the screen. وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى, and this one, وَالَّذِي أَخْرَجَ الْمَرْعَى. No?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And have you memorized, so you have memorized up to which verses?
Up to 4.
Okay, up to 4. So you can recite the 4th verse, I guess, because previously you have already recited the third verse. So only recite the fourth verse.
Wait, sorry, I can do 4 and 5.
Okay. You can start with Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allazi khalaqa fasawwa wallazi qaddara fahada.
Okay. All right, let's go back. So you recited the third verse. Allazi khalaqa fasawwa. Make sure to thicken the sound of kha and qa. And wallazi qaddara fahada. So again, the wallazi, there's a hissing sound at this letter. And qa is going to be thick and ha is going to be thin. Qaddara fahada. So jazakumullah. Keep memorizing the next few verses. And I think you said that you memorized yesterday's or the day before, 16 and 17.
Yeah.
So would you like to recite 16 and 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Waza
وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ
وذكر اسم ربه فصلى.
Yeah. بل تؤثرون
بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا.
Okay, jazakumullah. So I can see that you have tried to memorize them, but I would like to request you to keep memorizing the verses in a flow. So today you recited up to 4. So now you should memorize 5 and 6 and 7 maybe, and then go in a flow, okay? Otherwise, it's going to get confusing. Jazakumullah. Can we have another student?
Yes, we can have next ID N8336, and she's going to recite Surah Al-Alaq as well.
We have already had an 8336.
Okay.
That's fine. Absolutely fine. Should we try it?
N8311.
Okay. N8331. Okay, N8311. That ID seems to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not wrong, but
Okay. I think it's okay.
yeah, it's ID is correct.
Yeah.
N8311.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay. Have you memorized Surah Al-Fatiha?
Yes.
Okay. You can start reciting with Tawbuz.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Okay, mashallah, well done. You have memorized the surah really well. In terms of pronunciation and beautification, they were good as well. I'm just going to point out a few mistakes here and there. So, first of all, in the 5th verse, Iyaka na'budu, this letter, Ain, It's a thick letter, so it should come from the throat, okay? So Iyyaka na'budu. Do you want to try it?
Iyyaka na'budu.
Okay, that's much better. And wa iyyaka nasta'in. Again, this ain is going to be thick as well. Nasta'in. Do you want to give it a try?
Wa iyyaka nasta'in.
Okay, that was much better. And again here, another ain. Can you repeat this word? Recite it.
An'amta alayhi.
An'amta. So yeah, if you keep correcting one mistake at a time, inshallah you'll be better. So just work on this one for now, okay? Jazakumullah.
Sadaqallah.
Have you memorized Surah Al-Ala?
No.
Okay. Try to memorize a few verses at a time of that surah as well, okay? Jazakumullah. Can we have another student?
Yes, we can have A7334.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. A7334, how are you today?
Good.
Okay. Have you memorized Surah Al-Ala?
Yeah.
Okay. Complete or a few verses?
I did all of it.
Okay, mashallah, well done. That's very good. So if I ask you to recite from the middle, would you be able to do that?
Yeah.
So I'll give you the starting word. It's from verse 11. Sayazakkaru.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا.
Okay, A7334, you missed a verse in between. So let me go to the... So yeah, you missed Allazi Yaslan Nar al-Kubra.
Yeah.
Did you realize? So here,
Yeah.
you missed this verse. How about you start from the beginning?
Okay.
I'll listen to the entire surah. Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فأجعله غثاء أهوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها.
A7334, can you recite from Sayazakkaru again?
سيذكر من يخشى.
A7334, it's not Sayazakkaru, it's Sayazakkaru. So both Zay and Qaf are mushaddad. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So try it again. Sayazakkaru.
سيذكر.
Okay, continue.
سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل توصرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إنها لفي الصحف الأولى
هذا
إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى.
Jazakumullah. So, mashallah, very well done that you have memorized the entire surah. In terms of pronunciation and melody, it wasn't too bad. There were a few mistakes here and there. So, firstly, in verse 15, let me just go to verse 15. Yeah. So, you said قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى. So, this ha, it has fatha stroke, right? Not vertical fatha. So, you can't prolong it. It's going to be just as long as lam with the fatha stroke. So, aflaha. Okay, not aflaha. Okay, do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, well done. And yeah, you did qalqala very well in some places, but in other places you didn't. So yeah, for example, in verse 15, again, the first letter, it's qad, right? Dal. So it will be qad. Okay?
Yeah.
You did very good qalqala on one of the words, but I don't seem to find it. It's a very long surah. But well done. And keep working on your pronunciation as well. Okay? Jazakumullah. Okay, we have now.
We have now 7339.
Sorry, can you?
339.
Okay. A7339. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. A7339. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you today? Okay. Why is...
Oh. What happened?
Yeah, Jazakumullah. A7339. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Have you memorized Surah Al-Ala?
Yes.
Okay. How many verses?
Up to verse 7.
Okay. Fala tansa. Up to here?
Yes.
Okay. We can start reciting. Start with Tawuz.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sabbih isma rabbika al-a'la. Alladhi khalaqa fasawwa. Walladhi qaddara fahada. Walladhi akhraja al-mar'a. Fajalahu gusa'an akhwa. Sanukri'uka fala tansa.
Okay, Jazakumullah. So, mashallah, your memorization was really good. Just one mistake, a very common mistake. So, here, Sanukri'uka. On Hamza, we have madda, right? But madda should not be prolonged or pronounced for any more than 1 second. It's not inverted madda. It's simple madda, right? So no more than 1 second. You said sanuqri'uka, which was prolonged, so that will be wrong, okay? But your memorization was really good, mashallah. Keep memorizing the next few verses, okay? Jazakumullah. Okay, now we are going to start. We are going to move towards the conclusion of our class. Can I request the TA to go through the homework? Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So as for homework, for the next week, you all are requested to have memorized your Surah Al-Fatiha as well as Surah Al-Ala as a complete surah. So it's chapter 1 and chapter 87 of the Holy Quran.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Now I will request EST for an ID for the ending prayer.
Okay, N8335. N8335.
N8335, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Can you please recite the ending prayer for all of us?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم.
And the English translation?
Okay. O Allah, accept this effort and service from us, for you are the most hearing, the most knowing. Ameen.
Okay, Jazakillah. So, well done. Once again, I would like to remind all the students who entered with the wrong ID today that starting from next week, we will enter you to the class. However, if you don't correct your ID during the first 10 minutes, unfortunately, we will have to remove you from the class because we won't be able to have an attendance record for you. And this is for the parents that if you don't know how to log in with correct ID, please email us at info@nqc.org.uk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.